Back to Soda City Live. Opera can scare off people, but there is something very unique about the use of opera in storytelling. Now, The Crucible was written more than 50 years ago, and it tells the story of events that took place more than 300 years ago. So why is it pertinent to today? Well, we find out in The Crucible, which hits the stage at the University of South Carolina this Friday. Singing key roles in the production are LaDeja Biddle, Brittany Martin, and Peyton Parker. So glad to have you three here. And you sing opera. Yeah, they're like, That is so impressive. So all of you are with Opera at USC, which is a competitive program and just a really comprehensive program for teaching about opera on the stage, but also behind the scenes as well. So LaDeja, I want to start with you. You are from High Point, North Carolina, a second-year graduate student pursuing your Master's of Music in Opera Theater. Tell me what it is you get from opera. What is it you like about it?
For me, opera is my way to get on stage and just be someone I'm not. It's fun to just get crazy and be an Abigail or be a crazy John Proctor. You get to step out of character for a second. You still get to use all the technical things that you learn in studio, but you get to get in costume and you just become alive, and it's just it's something that I really look forward to.
And you're playing Emily Proctor in The Crucible.
Elizabeth.
Oh, excuse me, Elizabeth. And Brittany, you are playing the role of Mary Warren in The Crucible. You're from Paducah, Kentucky, and you're getting your Master's of Music Voice Performance major with community engagement emphasis. So tell me about, when we talk about community and the idea of opera, it scares some people off, but what is it that you like about the storytelling of opera?
Certainly, I totally agree. I've heard before that it's scary, and I've had my own reservations about it in the past. But what I love about opera is that at its core, it's about telling stories, and we get to tell stories in a unique way by using the power of the human voice in ways that we don't often hear it used, and the style of singing that we use. But also there's the instruments, there's the staging, the costuming, and I believe that the power of the stories in opera are amplified through all of those things. And I think anyone who comes to see The Crucible will learn about this story in new and exciting ways.
I love how you said that. Peyton, you are from Benson, North Carolina. You're a second-year graduate student studying opera, and you're going to play the role of Abigail Williams in The Crucible. So even though this was written so long ago, about a time period 500 plus years ago, what is it, or 300, excuse me, what is it you find pertinent about that story to today?
Yeah, so, I mean, you know, the past 3 to 5 years have been absolutely crazy, and I think with knowing the lessons that you learn in the play and even in the opera, you know, there's the whole religious hysteria that occurs throughout the town of Salem, and the whole mob mentality kind of atmosphere that Abigail creates to get what she wants. You know, it instills a lot of religious fear in everyone, and I think we've seen a lot of that, especially during these past few years. It's been really tough for everyone, but I think, you know, a lot of lessons of even the importance of, you know, what happens when you tell a lie. You know, in the show, it takes one person to not come out with the truth and to hide, you know, a secret.
Let's take a look at some of the video, because this is coming up this weekend, but you have done several other performances. And what kind of reaction do you get from your audience?
I typically get a really surprised reaction that we're able to do that. I remember hearing you say something about us being able to be opera singers at such young ages.
Right.
And so people are typically surprised that we're able to be singing actors, because some people are just singers. They stand there and it kind of can become boring, and then some people are good actors, but to be opera singers, I think the girls would agree that it amazes people, because we're able to put on so many different facets at one time with the inclusion of the orchestra and the set. It's all one big thing. We can't do it without the whole community.
LaDeja, that's a very important point. It's not just that you're singing, you're acting as well. What is unique about opera at USC, Brittany?
I would say it's the effort of the whole community to put on the production. So as a students, we not only learn our role, rehearse and perform it, but we're putting together the stage together. We're working on costumes, we're marketing, and the musical professionalism of everyone in the ensemble is exceptional, and we're all so excited to put on the production and really believe in it.
It's so fantastic. I've been over to the School of Music at the University of South Carolina several times. I've heard the opera as well at some events, and I'm amazed at your age and yet the level of professionalism and maturity that you three have, not only in how you act, but in your voices. Let me give you the information so that you can go to the Crucible. It is being performed by Opera at USC this Friday and Saturday at 7:30 p.m. and this Sunday at 3 p.m. The performances will be at Drayton Hall Theater, which is at 1214 College Street in Columbia. A ticket costs $25 for adults, $20 for seniors, USC faculty and staff, and then $10 for students. LaDeja, Brittany, and Peyton, break a leg. Congratulations with your another amazing production, the Opera at USC. Great
Thank you.
t-shirts.